afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. As I walk the aisles of this franchise show, any franchise show, or even the streets, I see a lot of businesses with one common theme. A lot of these businesses started in the same place with the same business model, and they continued with the same business model throughout the years. They never adjusted. Let me take the restaurant industry for a second. Restaurant industry happens to be the largest sector in the franchise world, right? It's also the oldest industry on record. Restaurants 300 years ago, 400 years ago, operated the same way they operate today. Think about it. You went to a restaurant under a single brand, you ordered menu items, and they brought you the food, you sat down, you ate, you enjoyed, you paid, you left. Same thing you do today. However, our lives have completely changed in the last 10, 20, 30 years. The way we shop has been completely remanufactured by Amazon. The way we order food has been redone by Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash. Heck, even the way we date has been changed with technology. Now, technology brings a lot of conveniences for the consumer, but that convenience comes at a huge cost for the provider. So let's go back to the restaurant industry. So restaurant industry is very expensive to operate. Most food businesses, including all the ones you see out there, produce perhaps a 10% profit at the end of the day. Why? Because the sales, whenever you order a $20 dish, 30% of that is food cost. Another 25% of that is payroll. Another 10% of that is rent. Another 10 to 15% of that is insurance and maintenance. So you end up with 10% profit. So you operate a restaurant, you're lucky to make 10% profit. Now, what happens is that the millennial and the Gen Z have redefined the way we order food. Today, when you're hungry, most of us, when we're hungry, we do not sit down and think of what do I feel like eating today. The first thing we do is we pop up the Uber Eats app and we scroll up and down to see what piques our interest and what promotions, what specials there are, right? So based on that, we place an order. Third-party delivery has become a huge part of all restaurants. Now, 10, 20, 30 years ago, the only thing we expected to be delivered to us was pizza, maybe certain other foods. Today, we expect every single restaurant to have delivery. As a matter of fact, every restaurant has been forced to adopt the whole delivery platform because us, the consumer, the millennial generation, the Gen Z, have forced that culture and that character upon every restaurant. Now, that's incredibly convenient for us consumers, but again, it comes with a heavy price for the restaurant. Every restaurant, every order that goes out the door costs that restaurant an extra 30% because that's what they pay the delivery companies, the third-party deliveries, the Uber Eats of the world. So I just started telling you that restaurants have a 10% profit. Now you take another 30%, 20%, whatever the number is, most restaurants dip into negative with every order that is shipped for delivery, for third-party delivery. Now, a lot of restaurant owners don't realize this. Why? Because they measure their daily success through their sales and not through their profit. In other words, they hit that button on the POS terminal to see how much their sales are today. They get all excited. Why? Because their sales are higher today compared to the same day last week or last year. They're hurraying and they're jumping up and down, not realizing that their sales may be up, but their profits are down. Ladies and gentlemen, sales don't pay the bills, profits do, right? So what happens is, if your sales are up by $100,000 and your costs are up by 150, you're a negative 50 grand. I don't want those higher sales. Give me my old sales back, right? So as sales are creeping up, as profits are creeping up, here's what's happening. Here's your sales, here's your expenses. This distance in between is your profits. Now, what we're realizing is that every single day, in addition to those technology advances, we also have payroll costs going up. Minimum wage 20 years ago was completely different than today. Now, all of these businesses that you see out there require minimum wage employees. Well, so minimum wage has gone up higher. Rent has significantly gone up. The cost of products. Again, I'm just talking about restaurants in a second, but I'm going to talk about other things. If you look at the cost of every food item has gone up. So this is your sales price for the items, and this is your cost going up, eating into your profits. The only choice you have is to raise your prices, your selling prices, in order to keep your profits the same. But what happens is the selling prices is not defined by you. If you're going to be a franchisee or if you are a business owner, it's defined by the market. It's defined by the competition. In other words, if you're buying chicken wings at 50 cents each wing from Cisco or whoever you're buying from, and you're selling it for, I don't know, $1, and now Cisco raises the price on you to $1, that doesn't mean you can charge $2 for the consumer, because now the consumer is paying $24 or $36 for a dozen of wings. They would not pay for it. They go and buy something else. So you can't define this. This is kind of fixed, and this is inching up on you every single day. Your costs, your profits are just basically dwindling away. And again, most business owners don't pay attention to this, right? So this is also true in the home service industry, right? If you think about a home service industry, if you're interested in opening a home-based business, most of these home-based businesses, franchises, or whatever you want to call it, are part-time gigs for their owners, because they don't make enough money to do this full-time. So they're doing this part-time, they keep their day jobs, and they buy a franchise in the home-based industry, and they do it part-time, and they never make enough money so that they can quit their jobs, right? And the employees they hired, they don't have enough money to pay them because they're not making enough money, so they hire them as independent contractors. So their business never grows. It becomes a side job. It becomes something that they're doing on the side, and this continues to be this way, right? If you look at the beauty and the spa industry, when you go to get a massage somewhere, or when you get your nails done, or whatever it is, you're going to realize that not all the chairs are full. Not all the rooms are full, right? Whether your rooms are all completely full with customers or not, the landlord wants his rent. He doesn't care. Whether your doors are closed or open, the landlord wants his rent. Your employees that are sitting there on social media because they have nothing to do are getting paid. You're paying them. They're on social media. They're just, laughing and whatever, and you're paying them. So there's a lot of inefficiencies in all these businesses that you see out there. And these things are eating into your costs. What if there was a world, imagine if there was a world that you can open a business, pay a single fee, and operate multiple businesses. Businesses that complement one another within the same, under the same roof, if you will. What if instead of buying a massage franchise, you were able to buy a single franchise that has massage and waxing inside it, because they both operate the same way? What if, and here's the kicker of the whole thing, when you buy a franchise from any of these franchise concepts out there, you are signing 10, 15 years that you're going to be doing this. Whether or not you do well or not, you're stuck with it. No one is going to give you a chance to get out. If you bought a franchise from any of these brands and you spent and opened a restaurant, opened a spa, you're going to have to stick with that spa or restaurant, whether your business is down or whether your business is up. You can't change it. There's no exchange policy. But what if there was? What if you could exchange it a year later and say, hey, this didn't work. Can I change this for another brand? So some of you guys have seen these out there, been around for a long time. So this was a genius move by the Yum brand, which is the owner of these three brands, which is Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and KFC, right? So what did they do here? What they did here is they opened a single brick and mortar store and they stuck three brands inside of it. So you as a consumer are going into one counter, ordering one dish from this brand, one dish from the other brand, two dish from the other brand. You sit down, they call your name, you go and pick up your tray, and it has tacos, pizza, and chicken in it, right? You guys have done this, probably didn't even notice what a genius move that was, right? So why did they do this? They did that to fix this problem, so that their profits continues to stay the same, because revenues are coming in from multiple sources while the costs stay the same. Notice what's happening here. You got the same employees that are cooking your chicken, that are cooking your taco, and that are cooking your pizza. You're paying that one rent. You're paying one rent, one payroll, one insurance, one maintenance fee. There's only one air conditioning that has to be repaired, right? You don't have three of them, and you're getting triple the revenue, right? So I call this the 21st century franchise model, right? Imagine a waxing studio, ladies and gentlemen. A waxing studio has 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8 rooms and a reception area. That's all it has. But what does a massage studio have? 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8 rooms and a reception area. Why can't these two be combined, right? Why can't these two be combined into one store? A hair salon has the same layout as an eyelash store, right? It's the same layout with the mirrors and the chairs and everything else. Why can't those two be combined? What if you bought a home-based landscaping business? And that landscaping business, what are you doing with that? You're marketing to a homeowner, and that homeowner is the person that has trusted you to enter their house to cut their grass. Why wouldn't you tell that homeowner, hey, by the way, since you trusted me so much, how about if I also did your residential cleaning? How about if I also did your gutter cleaning? So why are you missing out on that? You're already there inside the house. You already paid for marketing. You're in front of that homeowner. Why don't you get that homeowner to do other things with you? And that is the beauty of what I call the 21st century franchise system. If you think about, there's a lot of franchises that invest, that you can buy right now in the children entertainment. What is that? That means there is a children party and you're providing slides or you're providing particular things. What if you provided multiple things to that same parent? Again, your marketing cost is the same. You already paid for marketing, you already have the same employees, you're sharing employees, you're sharing marketing, and you're creating more revenue. So this is the one way that, again, you can keep your, as these things are inching up, your sales are going up and your profits are significantly higher. So we call this one location, one rent, one payroll, 3 separate revenues. No other franchise that I know of offers you that, right? So if you're interested in buying a franchise in any industry, my recommendation is for you to stop and ask those very questions that I just mentioned. What if I don't like this franchise? Can I exchange it? They'll probably laugh at you. What do you mean exchange? Exchange what? What are you exchanging? For what? What can I exchange it for? How can I diversify my risk? What happens if I got into this brand and the brand didn't work? How can I diversify? You're not diversified, you have one brand. You're putting all your chips into one single brand. What if you could put 3 brands? What if you could start with one brand, 6 months later add another brand, maybe 4 months later add a 3rd brand? What if you could do that? Now, again, who can provide that for you? Now, again, multiple revenue streams, same cost equals higher profits. Now, there's a lot of cross-marketing going on. Imagine if you have a spa that has 2 signs up there, right? And I'm coming in for the massage and I'm trying to book myself for the massage and I realize, oh, you also do waxing or you'll have whatever. So now you have customers that are coming in for one particular purpose, but they're also signing up for the other thing for free. Didn't cost you anything. That's free acquisition of customers, right? And those are all the different advantages that we have. So the only company that today offers a system like that is Combo Brands, right? So what is Combo Brands? So Combo Brands has multiple divisions. Combo Kitchen is one of them. What is that? Combo Kitchen allows you to pick 2 or 3 brands from a variety of brands that are out there. These are big franchise names. These are not just any brand that's out there, right? So you get to pick one brand, start a restaurant, add another brand, maybe a 3rd brand, 6 months later or a year later. What happens if one of these 3 brands you have doesn't work? Exchange it for another brand. It's that simple. All you got to do is remove the signage and put another sign up. What is that going to cost you? Signage is typically $5,000 or whatever it's going to cost you. You just change your business completely. So you have diversified your risk. Now, the way these kitchens are combined together, it's not eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The way these kitchens are combined together is based on a lot of different aspects. So, for example, the equipment have to be matched. In other words, you want your equipment to be highly efficient in usage. If you have a brand out there that's utilizing your fryer all day, every day, for example, it's a Mexican brand, you're frying tortillas all day, right? You do not want to mix a seafood brand with that. Why? Because that seafood brand also requires a fryer. So now you're very fryer heavy when the rest of your equipment is not being used, right? So also what the market is requiring. Like if there is a lot of 4, 5, 6, 7 different wing restaurants within that 3-mile radius, you're not going to start a wing restaurant. So the advantage here is you're going to be able to pick based on the location you have that you have picked for your restaurant, the right brand that's going to fit that particular location. And again, if it doesn't work, you get to choose to change it. Beauty and spa is the same thing. You get to pick 1, 2, or 3, combine these brands together. You can, I mean, if you have a massage studio that you're launching, why not add a weight loss program to that? So now you have ladies and gentlemen that are coming into this massage to get their massage. They're also being, hey, you guys have a weight loss program. I want to shed a couple of pounds. What can we talk about? You just got a free customer there, right? So that is what we call combo brands on the beauty and spa section. And again, one of those brands don't work, you can change the massage for weight loss, or you can change it for nail salons or whatever you want to do. What if you could combine a basically you have chiropractic system with an urgent care over the physical therapy. You got the same customers. You got the same exact people. Whoever is coming in for physical therapy most likely also needs a chiropractic franchise. So what if you were able to combine these? That is available. That is available through combo brands. Combo home services, we already talked about this. If you already do have a landscaping business, why not add a gutter cleaning business, a garage door fixing business, or AC repair, or painting, or any of that, right? You could do that with combo home services, and that way you're increasing your sales and revenue. And finally, combo kids, we talked about how you can have, if you have one child's related service, you can add a second, a third, or fourth. But ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell you is that the world has changed. The single brand franchise system is no longer going to produce the type of profits that you as franchisees deserve. Remember one thing, regardless of what's happening to your costs as they're coming up, guess what? The franchisor is still getting its 6%, 7% royalty, which comes from here. They don't care if this is going up. They want their royalty. The rent has to be paid. Franchisor is getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. So you as franchise owners are the only ones that are going to be feeling the pain. And there's only one solution, and that is to diversify your risk so that you don't have that problem. So this is an example of what one of these studios look like, right? So you have more or less 3 brands that are operating at this location. Some of the brands that are offered here, but you can see that you can choose from. But basically, this is what I call the future of franchising. Now, for all of you that are interested in buying a franchise, if you want to do something extraordinary, you have to take an extraordinary step. If you do the same ordinary things, your results will be nothing different but the same ordinary results that you've always had. Thank you very much.